Happy New Year, almost. We're getting there. I hope you had a Merry Christmas or a Happy Boxing Day or Happy Hanukkah. I say Boxing Day because somebody posted on social media recently, Happy Boxing Day. So apparently they're from across the pond. And they said that they, as a Boxing Day gift, were going to make a sizable donation to a couple different organizations. One of them, the ACLU. And I started thinking about, I was reading maybe a decade ago about some of these crazy cases that the ACLU was representing people in. It costs a lot of money to go to court and fight these cases, and it ties up our court system. And when they seem like they're ridiculous or ludicrous, and I know if it's important to one person, it's important, right? Just because it's not important to me. But some of these cases, I mean, if you look at the whole case, you have to wonder whether or not this is money well spent by the ACLU. One of them was Fry versus Napoleon Community Schools. This is actually a case that they're fighting right now, and it involves a woman who was denied the right to bring a service animal to school. My son graduated in May of 2016, and at graduation, I thought that there was a woman who had crossed the stage and got her diploma, and I thought she was carrying a baby, and I thought to myself, my goodness, so teenage pregnancy, had a baby, and she's graduating with the baby. My son informed me, no, it was her service animal. They let her walk across the stage and get her diploma with her puppy dog, because if not, she was going to be traumatized. Now, the service animal situation as a whole is a tough one. There are businesses that have denied customers access to their business, even though they had a service animal. That's wrong. There should be strict penalties against that type of behavior. However, for every legitimate service animal, there's probably, God only knows how many fake service animals. And some people will argue, no. I went online and I got the certification. I paid $199.95. I got the little jacket, the vest, the badge, the certificate. Doesn't mean it's a service animal. And I think deep down inside they know that. So the penalty should be equally as strict for somebody that's using a fake service animal. Now, in this woman's case, she wants to go to school with a dog. Our public school system is strained enough. We have enough problems. Our kids have to go through metal detectors just to get into the school. How are they supposed to focus on their education? Now, you open up the door for, I don't know, 10, 20, 50, 100 animals, accidents, excrement. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. There are alternatives, and I think that somebody with a disability should have the same opportunities as somebody that doesn't have a disability. But when you have alternative schools like homeschool programs, and these are schools, and they'll allow service animals where you can go actually be homeschooled at a school, and there's still socialization and there's interaction with other students. There's also private schools that will allow it, and there's homeschooling, and there's online courses, and then there's other social activities that you can do so you get that interaction. There are a lot of alternatives, and it's unfortunate if you need a service animal. I don't know if it's money well spent to argue that everybody should be able to bring their dog to school. And I say that cautiously because you're going to say that's not fair to somebody with a legitimate disability. But I think I've looked at both sides of that story. The other case that stands out is Lee versus Tam. This is ongoing, and it involves an Asian American punk rock band that applied for a trademark for their name, The Slants. Now, they can have the name The Slants, but the trademark office said we're not going to trademark it. It has to do with Section 2A of the Lanham Act, or the disparagement clause, and it says that a trademark won't be issued to anything that's scandalous, immoral, or disparaging to any person. So even though the band has a right under freedom of speech to call themselves The Slants, the trademark office said, we're not going to do it. We're not going to issue a trademark to something that may be disparaging to Asian Americans. Can't say that I disagree. But the ACLU has taken that hard-earned money that was donated on Boxing Day to fight the good fight. You be the judge. It's going to be a great 2017. I hope you have a happy new year.